So for this next video, we got why NBA Youngboy would take over now that he's free. Now, as y'all know, Youngboy been free for a while, y'all. Y'all all know he been on top of the mountain for about 3 or 4 years, y'all. So now he's free, he can do whatever he want. We're gonna go ahead and react to this video. Let's get 40 likes and 40 subscribers, y'all.
Fighting legal troubles for a very long time now. He's been in and out of jail, on house arrest, and just overall living a very restricted life since we've really come to know him. In March, he was released from prison to a halfway house in Arizona, and on April 26th, he became fully free. He still has a supervised release, but this will be the most freedom that he's had in over 5 years now. This opens up a can of opportunities for NBA Youngboy, and this is...
Now, I wonder if Youngboy gonna do a show here. I know he got that tour on the way, y'all. We definitely there for that. And I know a lot of people out here scared to even go to a Youngboy show because they like, that bitch about to get shot up. Because, bro, Youngboy been beefing with a lot of people, but I don't believe nobody gonna touch Youngboy, dog. Youngboy is one of those artists that is that's most hated but well respected, though. Okay.
What I believe to be the perfect time for him to come back and kind of take over the rap game.
I'm terrified of people. I'm very scared of people. I want my kids. I'm terrified of people. And I'm scared shy.
You hear me? You watched me since I was a little boy. It's my grandma
once I walk
raising
on the stage.
You hear me?
Exactly. Facts, bro. So yeah, so Youngboy shining right now, dog, and I can't wait. This 2025 is gonna be an amazing year for Youngboy.
You know I ain't no hope. What up?
That's all you like to do, bitch, is get drunk and talk shit.
People are cruel.
We're gonna get you fucked up, nigga.
It's like you can't control ourselves.
Who did the young people pick as their leader? NBA Youngboy. Ooh,
Bro, tripping. Am I tripping or he tripping?
give me gas talking about that little boy.
What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Pay, and today I'm back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about NBA Youngboy and his return to the rap game and why I think he might be able to dominate. But before I get into that, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things. It helps me out a ton. Youngboy has had moments of completely taking over the rap game in the past. He is one of the handful of rappers that have a just insane, severely crazy, rabid, diehard fan base. From 2020 to 2023, he was on fire on the internet, one of the hottest names in rap, and people clamored for pretty much anything that he did. During this time, though, he was on house arrest, so that severely held back his ability to capitalize on all this hype that he had built up for himself, mostly in the sense of actually being able to perform or go on tour. During the peak of his popularity around like 2021, 2022, there was no doubt in my mind that Youngboy could have easily went on a US arena tour and pretty much sold out an arena everywhere he went. He just wasn't able to, or he definitely would have been performing at a festival like a Rolling Loud, where I believe he probably would have ended.
Yeah, but then they said the industry blackballed him, and I was wondering why. I don't know though, because Youngboy is supposed to be up there with the GOATs, y'all. He supposed to be up there with Future and shit like that. But I really don't know what took a toll on Youngboy. I think it was the image he had put out, and as y'all know, he said that in that one song, The Image. You feel me? But a lot of people put out that gangster image and not really gangster.
Ended up as a headliner of Rolling Loud, not just somebody on the card, but one of the headliners specifically in that time period from 2020 to 2023. But because of his legal situation, Youngboy hasn't performed in like over 5 years. The most that he could give his fans during this time period was like going on IG Live. In my previous video, I spoke on rap being in a bit of a nuclear winter after the Drake and Kendrick beef. The entire landscape has kind of reset, and everything's in a bit of a state of flux, and there's a lot of opportunity for the taking. We saw Playboi Carti recently upgrade his status in the game and do some wild numbers. Carti and Youngboy are guys that actually have a lot of similarities in my opinion. They're both guys with unique sounds and aesthetics. They have an aura.
I don't get it. I don't get with bro. Y'all gotta give me a good Carti song, cause I really don't get it. I don't get what's so good about Carti. I only listen to one Cardi song and that's it, dog.
Of like mysteriousness and coolness, but most importantly, they have diehard fan bases, and we saw the success that Cardi had, and I believe Youngboy could do the same, if not even more. The reason that I say Youngboy might be able to have even more success than Cardi is because he can appeal to a wider audience with his music. Youngboy can do so many different things musically that he can hit almost every like piece of audience there is, or at the very least, he's not going to immediately alienate people with his sound. He's not going to immediately alienate a certain demographic. Just for example, I was talking to my auntie the other day, and she was telling me that she tried to listen to the new Cardi album, and she said that she got to the first song and like she couldn't do it. Like she was just like, nope, I can't do this. It immediately scared her away from the rest of the album. Now, funny enough, that song doesn't really sound like any of the rest of the album in terms of just like pure sound. It kind of sticks out as an outlier, but regardless, Cardi's reputation plus songs like that can alienate big groups of rap fans. And while Youngboy has made and can make songs like that, he just does so many different things that he can pretty much find something for anybody. Anybody that really wants to get into Youngboy or is interested at all.
Yeah, bro, and this is where that type of music fall into place, bro. And this is why Youngboy chose the route he did, y'all. Youngboy decided to talk about pain. And when you talk about pain, there's a lot of people that can relate to that, dog. So this is why Youngboy is popping right now.
If they go and listen, they can find something that they like from Youngboy. If I were to use one word to describe Youngboy's career, it would still be potential. For everything that he's done in his career over the last like 7 years, he's still only 25. And it feels like, despite the major things he's accomplished, he's still nowhere near his ceiling in all he could do. That may sound crazy to say, as he is the youngest artist to hit 100 Hot 100 entries and has 4 #1 albums, among a bunch of other accomplishments, but he's done all of this through years of controversy, legal troubles, beefs, and even blackballing from the industry. Right now, the rap game is a bit vacant in the mainstream. There's a lot of real estate to be had, and the reason that I believe Youngboy can be the one to grab it is because we've seen him be one of the hottest names in rap before, and he's able to create a relationship with the fans that make them go crazy for him. Every famous artist has diehard fans as a part of their fan base, right? Like,
facts, I ain't gonna lie.
Like the ones that buy all the merch, they buy the tickets, they create the fan pages, they like every post, they leave comments. Like, we all know that every famous artist has a section of diehard fans as a part of their fan base. Maybe it's like 10 to 30% of the fan base, but most fans are regular / casual fans. When it comes to Youngboy, it's like 50 to 60% of his demographic is diehard fans, especially in real life. It's hard to find a Youngboy fan in real life that you wouldn't want to put in the category of a diehard fan. What's so valuable about having diehard fans in the rap space right now is that you really can't survive without it. I've seen a lot of people talk about the lack of young stars in the rap space. I've seen Rory and Mal mention it, and academics talk about it. There aren't a lot of identifiable young guys as next up right now. The middle class of rap that's typically...
Yeah, the rap game definitely took a toll, dog. And that's why I say the hip-hop scene is kind of dead right now. I believe the reason why the hip-hop scene is dead, bro, is because the rappers that y'all be supporting are crash outs, dog. They all crashed out. You feel me? Y'all took them so far that they just crashed out, dog. You feel me? And this is why we got, as a hip hop fan or hip hop as hip hop fans, we gotta make sure that we really like bring everybody together and support the right artists and the right people, okay? Because with not the right people being supported, dog, hip hop won't make it, dog. So this is why I choose to stick to Kendrick Lamar or choose to stick to anybody with some real substance to them, dog. And I choose to stick to Youngboy, dog, because Youngboy has some substance to him. He's very versatile and shit like that. Because with not that, dog, hip hop is dying for sure.
Filled with guys that sell 50K to 150K first week and seem to be up next is very slim. However, if you travel back just 5 to 7 years ago, that space was flooded. Lil Baby, Gunna, Lil TJ, Polo G, DaBaby, NBA Youngboy, Pop Smoke, Roddy Ricch, Lil Durk, Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd all filled this space. Nowadays, I think having that space of rappers populated is a bit harder due to the expansion of the internet. I know it sounds crazy to talk about 5 to 7 years ago like that, but I believe it's true. The internet has only gotten bigger and bigger, and fans have so many different options of things to listen to. Very rarely can you kind of be forced into listening to an artist. In that era and previous eras, there was no way that if you listened to rap, you could avoid certain artists. If you listened to rap in 2020, there was no avoiding DaBaby or Polo G. You would just bump into their music by the proximity of them being rappers that were associated with rappers that you probably listened to. These rappers relied on casual fans who tuned into what's hot, and as a result, these guys almost shared a collective fan base rather than having a huge diehard fan base dedicated to just them. But right now, the rap landscape has expanded so far that this isn't really the case anymore. Doechii is one of the hottest prospects in rap right now.
And I gotta tune in with Doechii. I only reacted to like two songs by Doechii, dog. And Doechii cool. Like, as a hip hop artist, Doechii is one of those artists that like you gotta fuck with, dog. And she a member of TDE.
But it's entirely possible to listen to her and be a fan of hers without ever listening to or even knowing who Ken Carson is. And yes, it's different styles of music, but they're both rising stars in rap with huge followings behind them. And it's possible to be a Ken Carson fan without ever listening to or knowing who Big X the Plug is. Now, this was always possible in rap and possible in the past, but in the past, it felt like rap was a bit more conjoined as you got closer and closer to the top of popularity. But now more than ever, it feels like there are specific bubbles of rap, but they're not small bubbles anymore. They're huge. They're massive. They have people that are real stars, people that can actually sell out some arenas around the United States. These bubbles are highly, highly populated. The wave of guys like Yeat, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, and the smaller artists beneath them like Netspin and Osama-san, these bubbles are huge. There are now ways to become a big name and have equivalent to mainstream success without having to be known by the wider rap audience. And this
Facts, you don't have to be mainstream to be a rapper, dog. And that's a good thing for real, because these mainstream artists be doing some weird shit, dog. So really, I fuck with anybody that's on the grind, doing their music and shit, underdogs, underground music, or whatever, dog. I fuck with them.
This modern era, it's harder than ever to get casuals to pay attention to you, and that's why we have less bubbling, rising stars than we had in the past. First and foremost, you need a die-hard fan base in order to become a big name. Full stop. That's what Youngboy has in abundance. Youngboy does almost all of his numbers off the muscle of his die-hard fan base. This is why I believe Youngboy can dominate this modern era, because for so long he's just relied on his die-hard fan base, his day ones. Because he's faced legal troubles, he's faced blackballing, but throughout all of this, he's had his fans to back him up, to stream his music every day, to keep his numbers up there. He hasn't had to rely on, oh, well, I was on this person's album and this person was hot, so now people are checking me out. He's never really had that. It's not, oh, well, you know, Youngboy signed to this person, so because he signed to that person, some of their fans are checking him out, so now he's a little hotter. He's not had that, oh, well, he got a co-sign from this person, so now because of that co-sign, no. Youngboy's been going strictly off the muscle of his day ones that stream his music every day, and now everyone else has to play by these rules. That's what it looks like right now. It's not enough to be on somebody's album. It's not enough to know somebody. It's not enough to be a face that everyone's seeing. You have to have fans, real fans that consistently listen to your music every day. Fans that are always rocking with you. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people have casual fans who tune in when they're hot, and when they're not hot, they're gone. A lot of people have that, especially over the last 5 to 7 years. But Youngboy's been playing by these rules for so long that now when everyone has to play by these rules, who do you think is going to be the most successful? The guy who's been getting the casual fans, grabbing fans from here, doing features there, or the guy who's always had his day one fans with him? One issue, though, that could be looked at as a deterrence to Youngboy's success is the lack of quality from some of his recent projects.
Now, yeah. So this is why I like Youngboy, because sometimes his music be ass, and I'm like, damn. But then he come out of nowhere and be like, he dropped some fire ass music, dog. This is why I fuck with Youngboy for real.
To that, I will say, he did drop an absurd amount of projects while on house arrest. From 2021 to 2023, He dropped about 12 albums on house arrest, or 12 projects. That's an absurd amount of music for anyone, and that will burn out not only the fans, but the artists too. The quality of music will suffer due to so much music being put out. But in my opinion, I believe that this was Youngboy truly just being bored on house arrest. Like, he couldn't do
exactly my point, y'all. Youngboy was so bored that he just kept dropping and dropping and dropping and kept dropping.
Do anything but put out music, so that's what he did. Youngboy's always been a guy that has had a very high rate of dropping music compared to his peers, but there's no doubt that his rate massively increased while he was on house arrest, which is a shame because before he started to drop at this insane rate, he was really starting to hit on some of these projects and put together great works. AI Youngboy 2, Still Flexin', Still Steppin', 38 Baby 2, Top, and Sincerely Control were great projects. Music that Youngboy does can be so vulnerable. A lot of street rappers make pain music, but there's a different level of emotion that Youngboy portrays in a song like Lonely Child compared to the average street rapper. The expression of such strong emotions to where even a kid living in a gated community in Calabasas can not just enjoy the music and the passion, but really put themselves in his shoes and relate to the emotions he's feeling without having to do some sort of like Malibu's Most Wanted stuff. Like, he just makes music that everyone can feel. He makes music that's so raw and filled with emotion that anybody on any part of the planet can put themselves in his shoes and it not be something where it's ridiculous or they're being something that they're not. No matter what happens, Youngboy is going to be himself, always. And he is a window of a person. For better or for worse, you always know what he's feeling, and that makes him special. That's what attracts people, and that will attract even more people in this open space of rap where people want to grab onto something that feels real. A newly refreshed and mostly unrestricted NBA Youngboy has the potential to be a monster. He has all the tools to be successful.
That's tough, dog. Like, I don't know if it can ever be another Youngboy. I've seen people try to be a Youngboy. You know your thoughts on that video right here about Youngboy. As always, I'm gonna see you on the next one. It's been Cash. I'm out. Deuces.